That's why I got to stop talking completely.
Felony blackmail for later.
Yeah. I don't know why. I told you. You'd be a part of the team always. I don't care how far I go. You okay? Okay. You know, I care for the handicap. Nobody can say otherwise.
I'm correct.
I'm a benevolent podcast host. Well, welcome. It's an all new edition of the Sophisticated show of the year and decade and month and pandemic.
I love Sophisticated.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Cheese? Oh.
So no new edition of the John Cash Show podcast where we talk about cheese. It's a very niche, kind of podcast.
Real
we got
classy.
Munster cheese, you got cheddar cheese, you got Parmesan, you got American,
Real classy.
Pepper Jack,
Montero Jack.
What's the one in Subways that you always got to yell for, the extra one? Provolone,
mozzarella.
Like, come on, put some more.
Mozzarella.
Put some more. But anyway, I digress. The views and opinions before we get any carried away. This is obviously not the English portion of the John Cash Show podcast. The views and opinions expressed by myself do not reflect those of the John Cash Show podcast, sponsors, and affiliates. Listener discretion is highly advised. And don't worry, yes, you will see me wear this shirt a few more times because we are taping in one sitting because of
Facts.
Governor President Cuomo at any moment could shut down New York. So we're trying to get as much content recorded as possible before we shut down again for like 10 cases.
We're going to be in our drawers in the next one.
That's not a bad idea.
OnlyFans episode.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Let me take... Oh, this is... Okay, this is not that episode. Okay. Josh is like, no. Of course you can hear the... I'm just fucking with Josh. We miss Josh. It's been like, what, 4 months, 5 months? It was before coronavirus became... Now it's like 4 million cases.
Like half a year.
Before it was like less than like, what, 10,000, 20,000 or something the last time? Or like 100,000 in the country. Okay. Of course, you can hear the John Cash Show podcast on demand on your favorite platforms, including but not limited to Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Deezer, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Ghana, Gaana, which is an Indian platform with over 150 million listeners. So very, very appreciative. Welcome. How do you say hello in Indian?
I'm not even going to play like I know.
Okay.
I ain't trying to offend nobody.
No, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I was just trying to broaden my...
Thank you. That's it.
My audience.
Thank you.
Like my Spanish folks. Like shout out to Dominican Republic and Colombia and Brazil during the pandemic. Y'all been checking in with the John Cash Show. So
that's
hola.
Hey,
that's Spanish. Hola.
Hello.
Hola. Okay. Mi gente.
You getting spicy now. I don't know all the rest. Like
Dorito, guacamole, tequila. Okay. I'm trying. El Snowo. Shovelo, that's Bloomberg Spanish. It works for him.
Spanglish.
Yeah. No, that's Takashi. Bitch 9. Which leads me to this, my wonderful feminine goddess, the divine, the vivacious.
I feel like drums are playing every time you introduce me.
That's right.
Wakanda forever.
That's right. Miss Markeisha Garvey. Slim goodies.
Yes, give you Sharkeisha vibes.
What's up?
Hey.
Sharkeisha?
No, Sharkeisha, no.
I said Markeisha Garvey.
Oh.
That's what I said.
I just thought about Sharkeisha.
You're not a man.
Sharkeisha now.
You're not a man. You're a cis female, not a transgender female. You know, you gotta.
Okay.
I gotta clarify that.
Y'all know when I create my OnlyFans, maybe one day.
When is that? I'll pay.
I don't know. See, if I create an OnlyFans though, honestly, it really is gonna be like those girls that's just been hustling people. Like, it's
don't
gonna be
say that yet, because you gotta create it.
Listen. Y'all gonna think y'all gonna get some and it's gonna be the same type of energy that
you're gonna sit there reading Cat in the Hat and Sam I Am and Green Eggs and Ham.
As the picture's uploaded, it's gonna look like I'm gonna be nude, and then it just doesn't ever get there. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a book.
Yeah, just something covering
I am
the nipple.
woman, hear me roar. Phenomenal woman, that's me. I know why the cage bird sings. The secret. That's gonna be.
We're giving it away. We're giving it away.
Oh, but I'm glad to have you here once again.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this topic is very near and dear to both of our hearts, and near and dear to mine.
And other places for me.
You know, you got a little pull there.
Yes,
You might want to clean that up.
I absolutely do. Clean up aisle 5.
Damn, I ain't even say her name yet and you got wet.
Yes.
And she has that effect on me too.
Amen.
And thank God for Rihanna. Thank God for Rihanna, because after she accidentally grazed my penis back in October, my credit score has gone up. I've gotten a raise. I'm working from home, and not the Credit Karma's credit score going up. I mean, that's going up too, but the Experian, the real one, my shit went up to 589.
Yes.
That's goals, right?
Yeah.
And stimulus and stuff, saving money, my bank account
exactly
looking
like
nice.
our credit score. That's the crazy part.
My 403B went up, everything, I invested in Cash App, my Cash App stocks, Robinhood stocks, Webull, all of them, they're going up, knock on wood.
Yes.
Praise Jesus. Thank the great Rihanna Fenty. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
But, over the past few months with this pandemic, we've been subjected to what? Why'd you make that face?
Oh, no, so Z said, I need a Fenty contract for swimwear. Let's manifest that. Yes.
I need to manifest her sitting on my face too. Since Slim said that I could have the lower half. That's the more fun part. I could put my tongue in her pocketbook.
He's gonna get caught right in his class. That's the snatch.
And she got a big pocketbook. She got over $600 million.
She got an expensive pocketbook.
Yes. And more expensive than Birkin.
Yeah, I was about to say, exactly. Stocks more than Birkin. Okay.
But during the quarantine, Swiss Beats and Timbaland, right?
Yes.
They created this series called Verzuz.
Yes.
And you've had most recently DMX and Snoop Dogg, which was one of the best verses.
My favorite was
Bounty
Fab.
Killer and Beanie Man.
Mm-hmm.
That was the second favorite. The Fab and Jada, I was like, all right.
That was
whatever.
my favorite, actually. Fab and Jada. That was my favorite.
Fab didn't hold down Brooklyn, so it's whatever.
He did it, but it was fun. It was good energy watching that.
No, it was whack.
I liked it. I had fun.
I'm whack.
I was
I'm sorry, it was whack. That was the Red Bull. So, Josh, what did you think about the Fab and Jada one? Did you happen to see the verse? You didn't miss anything. It was Jada dressed like Big Bird and his arms up in the air like he was drunk.
He was drunk, and that's what made it funny. He was smacked.
He was like the drunk cousin that was just
was.
like in the background, like
troublemaker.
But Beanie Man and
that was a good one too.
And
though.
Bounty Killer, that was fire. That was fire.
Too.
Like
that was
I was like, oh shit, make me want to go to the club. I was like, but then again, everything fucking closed. Then you had like the DMX and Snoop. Then you had the one with Kirk Franklin and
Fred
Hammond.
Oh, and Erykah Badu and Jill Scott was a really big one.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then you had the Jagged Edge versus 112.
Oh yeah, I missed that one.
You ain't missed much. So with all of these like artists with the verses and stuff, and you have T.I. trying to goad 50 Cent, which is stupid, and Jay-Z, like he doesn't have that catalog.
I think G-Unit and 50 Cent needs to go against Cameron, like I said, and Dipset.
But they would murder them. That was the thing.
I feel like that'd be
be a slaughter.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be a good
Dipset only really had like 5 songs.
Nah, they had a good run though. They had a really
still
good
just
run.
had 5 songs. G-Unit had, G-Unit could pull out like
some
all of their mixtape shit, not even just their mainstream shit, the G-Unit radio.
Yeah.
And people sleep on 50, but 50 was one of the most prolific rappers of all time, or is one of the most prolific rappers of all time at the rate that he was churning out content.
He was pumping.
He was churning out like songs a full ass album damn near every month,
and they were
with G-Unit radio.
They were hitting. I won't lie.
Then not only that, he had his mainstream stuff.
So who you think would be a good battle against G-Unit?
See, I don't think that there's honestly a crew that could even match them.
What about who's Baby?
Maybe Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Maybe Wu-Tang.
What about
Young
Baby's?
Money?
Yeah, Young Money. Young Money,
but they only had a couple of songs together. But I'm talking about like G-Unit
as the whole.
G-Unit, it was 50. Then it was the G-Unit album. Then it was Lloyd Banks. Then it was Young Buck. Then it was 50 again. Then it was Lloyd Banks. Then it was Yayo.
Lloyd Banks
no, it was
it down
the
for
Game.
A while.
Then 50. Then that's how the rotation went.
I feel like Young Money might be a good one.
I don't think that there's a crew that
really
could match G-Unit. I don't. I mean, not even like the Rockefeller, because they didn't really like state property.
Yeah, them as a unit didn't.
They didn't out. Really, because they couldn't. None of those. I understand what you're saying, but none of the rappers. Mm-hmm. 50 could pull out in the club. Mm-hmm. He could pull out "Hate It or Love It." Mm-hmm. He could pull out "Shit, I'll Whip Your Head, Boy."
Yeah.
Hustler's Ambition. Yeah. Candy Shop, like just a little bit. Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
He could pull out Patiently Waiting. Okay. What Up, Gangsta? You Not Like Me. Yeah. Life's on the Line. Yeah. Like he could pull out
Many Men.
Ghetto Quran. Like Surrounded by Hoes. Fat Bitch. Like After My Cheddar. Like he could pull out those.
Yeah.
I Run New York. Like
some hitters.
Yeah, so he could pull that out. But we're not even going to talk about that. We're going to talk about
Queen.
I made a declaration on Facebook, and people were screaming at me that I was retarded, pretty much. But nobody can beat Rihanna in a Verzuz.
Nobody, not know how.
Nobody can beat Rihanna in a Verzuz. I mean, the closest person that could possibly beat her or even match her is Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
If you want to talk about hits for hits.
So you wouldn't even say Beyonce?
No. Beyonce hasn't had a number, and this is no disrespect. I don't want the Beehive to be like, oh, you're anti-Beehive. I'm one of the first ones that's buying tickets to give away to you motherfuckers. But so I ain't not anti-Beehive if I'm spending $200 for you to get tickets. But I digress. Beehive because you're objective. But Beyonce has not had a number one single since Single Ladies in 2008.
That's true. And I've always questioned, like, does Beyonce have one of those legendary hits?
Crazy in Love.
Okay.
Crazy in Love. That's her signature hit.
Okay.
But like all the in Single Ladies.
Yeah, I was about to say Single
and
Ladies
Halo.
too. Okay, Halo.
Because you hear that on commercials, you hear that on tampon commercials, you know.
Okay.
You know, like
Okay. It's
yes,
long
when I'm
lasting.
feeling heavy,
You know,
I put in my I feel angelic and I could run through the meadows.
At least you hear the instrumental.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know, feeding hunger and all this
Yeah.
other stuff, you know. But it's true. Shit.
Yeah, it's true.
No, but she has like signature hits. But a lot of people are arguing with me. They talk about Naughty Girl or Telephone. Yes, those were big. Those were hits, but they're not like
They're not legendary.
they're not like transcendent.
Yeah, you're not gonna bring that up 20 years later for your kids. Like, yeah, listen to Telephone. It's not one of those. It's not. We're not going back in your collective to hear Telephone.
Yeah,
No.
they talking about, well, she sold 200 million records. I don't give a shit how much she sold.
Yeah.
I'm just me, and I know people who know Beyonce personally, and they could probably get this podcast to and probably end my career. But it's being objective.
Yeah.
Like, it's being objective. Rihanna, nobody could beat Rihanna in a verses. That's my opinion.
No, because all her songs were top of the charts. Honestly, when she dropped the song, it went to the top of the charts.
Exactly.
And it lasted really long. Her what is it, rated R.
Rated R
album that resurfaced and went number one again.
No,
It was
Anti.
Okay, it was Anti album that resurfaced and it went running number one for weeks once it resurfaced. Like, yeah.
And then, like, okay, a lot of people forget the amount of hits that Rihanna had or has. Okay, let's just go Pond the Replay. And I hate that fucking song. I hate it. I hate that fucking song.
today.
I hate it. I liked the video when I saw her.
And she did her little move.
Yeah.
Little hip move with her little baggy pants.
Yeah,
That's
I like
gay.
that with Cypher Sounds and them
Yeah.
in the video. I like that video. I didn't like the song.
Yeah.
Then let's go with Re-Ride, SOS, Please Don't Stop the
Umbrella.
Music.
Umbrella.
Umbrella was the breakthrough hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We Found Love.
We Found
Work.
Love.
All of those songs that I just named, Umbrella, We Found Love, and Work, were number one on the charts at least 9 weeks. At least 9 weeks. It was number one on the Billboard Hot 100, not the Billboard R&B rhythmic hip hop.
Yeah.
No, it was, number
Yeah.
one. Let's not forget Stay.
Yes. And,
What Now? Love on the Brain. Those songs are on contemporary, like
California King Size Bed.
Yeah, California King Bed. Only Girl in the World.
Only
What's
Girl,
My
yes.
Name?
What's My Name for sure.
Yeah, Man Down.
Yeah, Man Down was definitely another
Who the
one.
fuck could top that?
Yeah.
Who? Somebody said Missy Elliott. I said this ain't a pie eating contest. Like, this is hit for hit. Nobody could top that. And I'm gonna go as far as to say nobody could beat Drake in a verses.
Oh yeah, but and you see the hating part about it is people know that with Drake. They just won't give Rihanna her flowers.
Yeah.
But as a fact, like, we know nobody's not beating Drake in the verses.
Yeah, because
They're not.
and Drake is very versatile. One album
Yes.
he's from Memphis, the next album he's from Houston, the next album he's from Canada,
And from
then the
Jamaica.
next album he's from Jamaica and Yard and all this. Like, what the fuck you know about Yard?
Medaddy.
Like,
He
the fuck you
killed
know about
me.
Yard?
He
Like, get
killed
the
me.
fuck out of here.
He killed me.
Then he's from Memphis. Another. I'm
He's
like,
the biggest appropriator, but he has mastered how to
then he's from
appropriate
Miami
everything.
from one song, and he's from New York another song.
Yes. Oh my God.
And he go from Migos.
He switched up his sound all the time, but he's consistent.
He's the John Cena of rap. Somebody said that, and I'm gonna have to agree. He's the John
I can see
Cena of
that.
rap.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of his career, and we got to realize there's a whole generation that grew up on Drake.
Yes.
He's been on the top since what, 2008?
And he's not going anywhere. And he's still dropping hits.
Yeah, he's basically kept Future's career afloat.
So what about Chris Brown? Because when I said the other day,
I saw that. I was going to get into that.
Y'all tore my ass up.
Chris Brown doesn't have like, okay, he has a hit. He have hits, but he doesn't have like the hit.
That's what I was trying to get at. I'm like
you won't hear a Chris Brown song on, like, let's just use this metric. You won't hear a Chris Brown song on a Z100 like 10 years after.
Right. Exactly.
You'll hear it like Loyal. You'll hear that over and over and over, but you'll only hear it like maybe when the DJ is spinning the record, but you won't hear. Like, I guarantee you, let's do some homework, kids.
And his new work sounds like his old work. That's the thing for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Let's do some homework, kids. Turn on the radio and be objective. Turn on the radio, listen to it. Let's just say for 2 hours. Different stations, right? The white stations, quote unquote, black stations, quote unquote. How many times will you hear a Rihanna record?
You're going to hear at least once or twice in the spin. Absolutely.
And how many times will you hear a Beyonce record? And that's not to downplay Beyonce. Beyonce's been in the game since what?
Beyonce's on top of her shit. To me, she's the greatest entertainer we've had since Michael Jackson. If you talk about entertainment, stage presence, putting on shows.
Yeah, and
she's the best entertainer we have.
I've been to her shows, and she comes up from smoke, and she's the screen separates, and
greatest entertainer.
You know, and I'm like, and she performs Crazy in Love, and then sometimes she'll have Jay-Z come out. Like, I went to the one in Madison Square Garden back in 2009 after Single Ladies, and she had Jay-Z come out, and she sang Crazy in Love, and it was like, wow, like, you don't see an artist sing their signature song first. They normally save it for last. But she you know her number. She gonna do Crazy in Love at first, then she gonna blend it in, and then she gonna sing some of her newest stuff like towards the end, and then at the end she'll sing either Halo or Love on Top. Yeah,
and close it out like that.
Yeah. So
Beyonce is on top. As far as entertainment, she has the entertainment game. Live entertainment, she has. Her and Chris Brown actually runs that, but I feel like she's better than Chris Brown as far as,
how many times you gonna have graffiti as in the back as the background?
And I mean his dancing. He's very talented, and that was the thing. Like, people will take it what I said and dragged it. All I said is he's overrated, because it's the truth to me. He's very talented.
It's your page. It's your fact. Shit, just start saying that. You know what I mean?
Like, he's very talented. But I feel like because Chris Brown hasn't really, in my opinion, sat his ass down enough to master some of his skills, he's been very chaotic overall. Like,
well, if he's focuses and stop using drugs.
That's allegedly what I mean. And allegedly, and doing the other stuff that he does to distract himself, I feel like he would have been way further along in his career. Like, as a whole, like, because he was supposed to be the prodigy of Michael Jackson, pretty much.
He was supposed to be like the heir apparent.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm being
playing devil's advocate.
If he hadn't did what he did with Rihanna, do you think that he would be viewed any differently?
So I feel like that was one aspect, right? Because people bring that up a lot. And what my thing is, we honestly all eventually got to a point where I feel like we all got over it. It's when he went to that damn talk show with Good Morning or whatever,
and
acted
it's not Good Morning or whatever.
Good Morning America.
That sound like a show that you would hear on like Hot 97. Good morning or whatever.
We in here.
Whatever. Have whatever day you gonna have.
I like that though.
Hey, that's a good morning or whatever.
Have whatever day you gonna have. I actually like that.
Trademark. Hey, new podcast.
New podcast coming soon in the mornings. But
good morning or whatever. That'd be a hit.
We might do it for brunch, but no. But no, like, he went on there and acted an ass. Yes.
Good
manifested
or Whatever.
Brunch show. But no, he went on that show, acted an ass, and then followed up with the whole Karuchi thing, where he ended up putting
Kaluchi?
Kahuchi.
I thought you said Kaluchi. I said that sounds like a town in Georgia. You did something with
Kahuchi. No, but he ended up putting the pause on her after. So it's like, to me, that's when it was like, oh, you haven't learned your lesson. So it's like, it was one thing with the Rihanna situation. Everyone was definitely mad. Some people fell off the bandwagon, but like what you said, black people forget fast. So I think we all forgave him, but he showed his ass again and then again.
They forgive
and then
black
again.
men.
Yes. And then and I'm at the point where I'm tired of forgiving you, bro, because you just doing too much, period.
So quick question. Do you think between him and Usher, and you too, Josh, him and Usher, who you think would win?
I feel like Usher. People were like, oh, he's better than Usher. I feel like Usher because he has the old classics.
Usher got Nice and Slow. That would shut all of Chris Brown's catalog.
But his Confessions album.
Be like,
forget about it.
Usher or Chris Brown, Josh?
I mean, I like Usher more, but Chris Brown's taking that all day, every day.
All day? Which day? Which day?
She got the mic.
Oh.
I'll give you my argument for it. So, y'all are talking about Chris Brown's
not to cut you off, but you got your whole ass mask, and I feel some type of way. So let me put my mask on.
So for me, it's simple. Like, y'all look at his drug addiction as a problem. I look at that as a plus. I mean, the man's giving you like 50 tracks every single album, and like,
what though? What kind of content?
But here's the thing.
Quality over quantity.
No, well, here's the thing. Like, he'll give you 50 tracks and he'll give you 10 quality tracks. If he spaced them out over time and released them as singles, it'd be a whole different story. It's about how he releases them, but he's going to have, his catalog is going to be, it's probably like already 2 to 3 times the size of Usher's. Like,
But
that's because he's probably trying to get out of that contract.
That's a good point.
yeah.
That's a good point. All right, that's a good point, but it kind of reminds me of the a conversation I remember someone was having about Prince and Michael Jackson. How Prince's catalog was way bigger than Michael Jackson. He was super talented. He played his own instruments, but he never was as big as Michael Jackson because at the end of the day, the quality, I guess, what Michael Jackson was pumping out is what made him who he is. So it's like, yeah, you could give me 50 tracks, but now because I have to find these 10 tracks that might be, I'm not sitting through that whole album, first of all.
Yeah, 50 songs is overwhelming when you first see it. It's like, all right, I'm going to give you the first 5.
Especially when the first 20 back-to-back sound the same. I don't even want to get to the 30th track. Yeah.
Sound like a dance hall artist. Got the same rhythm.
Exactly. That's exactly when all the songs, you just like, all right, take
Me and my crew got the whole city line.
We've been on Bucket's rhythm for the first 50 songs. Take it to the next rhythm now.
All right. So I agree with you. There's a whole bunch of filler stuff, but when you get to the verses, you get to whittle it down to the best stuff. So like he's still, even when you whittle it down, he has just way more tracks, way more quality hits. And the thing is, you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't remember the song, or oh, I didn't know the song, and this shit bangs. Like that shit happens all the time in verses where you forgot about a track that you slept on, and you're like, oh wait, that shit hits hard.
When's the last time he had a track that you really have been like, I'm invested in this? So
I mean, I'm not a Chris
Juicy Booty. I'm not gonna lie though.
I mean, I'm not a Chris Brown fan, so like I don't know his catalog. Like,
not a Chris Brown fan.
I'm just trying to create content, baby.
You had me. I'm like, yeah, he loved Chris Brown.
No, but I think Usher would win.
I do too.
I'm the tiebreaker. Usher would win.
I do too.
My Way. I'm about to say My Way. I was about to be like, My Way. Nice and Slow.
Period.
What's the song with Monica? Slow Jam.
Oh yes.
You Remind Me. Shit, You Got It Bad.
Listen.
Let me tell you something. You ain't go through a breakup until you. That's the male. I'm not gonna cry.
Yes.
Okay. Then you got You Don't Have to Call.
I was about to say follow up with that.
Then you have all the Confessions.
Confessions album, period.
Yeah, Burn. Even though we know that that's a different meaning now with Burn. But you had Burn. You had I said yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Caught Up. You got Red Light, Seduction. Mm-hmm. Bad Girl. Mm-hmm. They still play that shit in the club. What you know about a supermodel? You'd be like, oh shit. Fresh out of L magazine. That's normally what they play free before 12.
Yes.
And all the girls that got there with their rainbow dress.
All the drunk Karens being in, yeah. They love that shit.
Yeah, so and he got Loving This Club. Like he got a catalog. So I think it would be Usher easily. So
easily Usher.
And
then he can dance. Usher dances.
Well, he's kind of stiff now and he can't do no backflips.
He got the basics, you know what I'm saying?
I think that herpes messed with his rhythm. Allegedly.
His pelvis line.
Can't thrust it. You know, he got green shit allegedly coming out of his dick.
Jamari just said, shout out to my bro John Cash. Showing love up here. Wagwan. But no, Usher would kill him in that. I don't think Chris Brown would stand a chance. I feel like it would be cute in the beginning, like, you know, people might think, yeah, okay, Chris Brown, but then like Usher pulls back out those never forgets.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
And then we'll be like, oh nah,
in the streets,
right?
I'm not singing anymore this song because it's not royalties. Okay. Final thoughts.
Chris Brown could, you know, he needs to shorten his little catalog and give it some real quality. And then maybe I'll change my mind eventually. But right now, I'm like snoozed out with Chris Brown.
Okay. And my final thought is nobody could beat Rihanna in the Verzuz. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. End of discussion. And as I always like to say, stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts. See you guys on the flip side, motherfuckers.
Rihanna for president 2020.
Huh?
That's the Rihanna for president 2020.
Okay. Oh yeah. Hey Jamari.